Hey guys, Trey here with another video. This is a follow-up to my video about the death of the trucking industry I posted probably about 2 months ago now, and you guys have been all over that with comments, likes, subscriptions. You guys are awesome. We're almost at 200 subscribers at the time I was filming this video, so I really appreciate you guys. If you enjoyed that video and you enjoy this one, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. But that last video blew up pretty well, and I got a lot of information from you guys, and I really appreciate everybody's input on their opinion on the trucking industry now and in the past and going forward. And I ask that you do the same in this video. Give me the reports of what you guys are seeing, and I'm going to start sharing those reports with you as well, compile them into videos as well as giving my opinion on what I'm seeing. And we'll keep making videos. I promise to start putting out some more frequent videos. And also I'm going to start doing a live stream chats and Q&As, hopefully once a week or once every other week. So just keep an eye out for that. And here's the video. So things have gotten a lot worse since that last video was recorded. I saw Apple's shipped 40% less product alone this season, and that's for a variety of reasons. They've got, transitioning from manufacturing facilities in China due to the zero COVID policy, which we're not going to talk about on here. But there's a lot going on in the industry. And it's not the industry itself that's the issue. It's the shipping and supply chain across the country and worldwide has basically taken a major hit from the cough times. Basically, when all that material got shipped over and everything, we had an influx and money was being printed, we were spending, so spending was really high. But now that interest rates are being raised a lot, spending is reducing. Actually, a lot of companies have started layoffs. I've got several friends that are unfortunately unemployed outside of the trucking industry. One was a broker and he just got let go because they don't have enough work, literally. And he's looking for other jobs in other industries, and nobody's hiring at the moment. So it's not so much that it's trucking itself's fault. I mean, the brokers are an issue, of course. As we discussed in the previous video, they're keeping large sums of money to themselves just to pad those pockets, keep those profits high as long as they can. Anybody that disagrees is a liar and hasn't seen the numbers. I've seen it. I actually saw paperwork. I've seen it. You can request it, but you'll get blacklisted by the brokers. So don't recommend doing that. But it's wild what they're doing to us as drivers out here. We've been hauling freight. I've personally been hauling freight for anywhere from $1.90 to $2.30 on the high end a mile. And that's doing really well right now. DAT just released their report. The reported rates, which we all know are not accurate, because people will report higher than what they're actually getting paid to try to boost the rates up. They're reporting $2.08 a mile for dry van. Once again, all this information is based on dry van. I know reefer and flatbed are paying much more. I think last time I looked, the average for dry van, and I could be wrong, or no, for flatbed could be like $2.60 to $2.70 a mile. And I might be wrong about that. We actually looked at renting some flatbeds to try to get a higher rate per mile because this dry van just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. And we thought, not just our company, but other companies thought that the spring push would be coming in already and we'd see those reprieve in rates where they'd come up a little bit. But we had 1 week where rates reported went up 1 cent per mile for dry van. And then they just went right back down. They've fallen another 2 cents since that day. But I've seen you guys talking about how what you're seeing as owner ops and company drivers and everything is it's more like $1.50 a mile in most places. And if you're looking at the load boards, that's what it is. You're looking, I've seen $1.20, I've seen 70 cents a mile, 60 cents a mile. But $1.80, if you're pulling $1.80 plus right now off the spot freight, that's on par. I think you're doing pretty well. Now I know there's a few super truckers in here that are, oh well, I'm doing much better than that. I've seen your comments. That's great. I'd like to see the proof in the pudding that you're doing. Some people say they're still doing $3 a mile for all miles. I just don't believe it. I mean, yeah, you might have direct customers, but even most direct customers have dropped their rates too, because we have a direct customer as well in Tennessee, and they've dropped their rates. Right now, our running rate when we do have freight with them is 50 cents lower than what it should be. So, but it's still better than market value. It's better than spot by a lot, but it's still not $3 a mile. So all these super truckers, if you guys see these guys talk about how they're making all this money still, don't believe them. They're not. That's why most of these guys are parking their trucks and going to drive for company drivers, because they're not making the money they say they're making. And yeah, some of these guys might be doing okay right now because they got paid off equipment. They got one truck, one trailer paid off. They have very little expenses. And that's where you should be in this market right now. Is that is the solution to surviving this. Part of the solution is if you've got loans on your equipment and you've got the money, pay that stuff off. Get out from under that overhead. That's my opinion. And reduce your personal debt. Reduce your expenditures to survive these hard times, because it's not going to get better. I promise you right now that in 3 months, it's going to be worse than it is right now. And in 6 months, it's still probably going to be pretty bad. I do not think we will see a increase in rates, a serious increase till 2024. And that's just because the economy is projected to shrink even more this year. The Fed's already announced they expect a 2 million jobs to be lost from the U.S. market, putting the inflation, or not the inflation rate, sorry, the unemployment rate at roughly 4.5%. Inflation is still moving up. They've got it to slow down a lot, but what we're seeing is basically the Fed has announced that because we're in a recession, there's going to be one more interest rate hike of probably 25 basis points or a 1/4%. Either it should be in May is what we're going to see, and that will probably be the last rate hike to try to keep inflation in check, because our economy is it's nosediving. So pay your stuff off, save as much money as you can. I saw quite a few guys in the comments on the last video talking about how they already had or were getting ready to park their trucks and go be company drivers or do something else. To you guys that are facing that right now, I'm sorry for you guys. Like, it sucks to hear that people are having to give up this livelihood, because it can be a very good job for a lot of people. But it's just a rough market right now, and hopefully our company continues to stay afloat. Thankfully, we're more than a one truck company, and we're able to basically spread this out over multiple pieces of equipment. But we are having to work a lot harder right now to make less money. I mean, I'm making less money. I'm getting less mileage some weeks, because it's like, even though I'm pushing for my mileage, I'm pushing for the rates, it's not always there. It's just not. So to everybody that's having to park your trucks, if that's what's best for you, do what's best for you. Get a company driver position and come back when the market comes back. To everybody else, keep pushing. Fight the brokers for everything you can. That's the only way we as drivers, as owner ops, as anything, can stay alive in this market, because it's just going to get worse. Every indication says that things are going to get worse. Consumer spending is down. The stores are selling less and less stuff, which means they're ordering less and less stuff, which means there's less stuff for us as truckers to ship to make money on. And as the loads dry up, and if you think it's hard to get loads right now, it's going to get harder. We did see a small reprieve in van to truck rates or percentage a couple weeks ago, went up 13%, but that didn't stick around, and it's not going to. Van loads are not going to stay prevalent. They're going to continue to reduce, and there's just going to be more trucks than there are loads, like it has been. So just fight for your rates, guys. Stay in hot markets. Do your best. It's all we can do right now to stay alive. But if we can make it to 2024, we're going to be all right. And like I said, if you guys have any comments, this video is kind of getting a little too long. I don't want to really go over 10 minutes, but it's going to go over 10 minutes. But tell me what you guys are seeing, because I basically want to start compiling reports myself. And then I'm just going to read them off and tell everybody else about them so that we can all get our opinion out there and be heard. Of course, I'm not going to put out any crazy opinions. So if you have any racist or inappropriate comments or opinions, I'm not going to include them. But if you see anything genuine that you're seeing with your brokers, with your shippers, anything that you want to report, rates, fuel, expenses, whatever it is, just throw it in the comment section, and I'm going to do a video about that soon. And then expect a live chat and Q&A this week. I don't know what day, but I'll do a public forum post on YouTube to let you guys know a day and time. And I'll even post a YouTube short to talk about it as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't very informative, just kind of like a brush over of what's happened and where we're going and where I think it's going. I think it's going to continue to get worse. But please comment, like, and subscribe, and see you guys next time.